Oh, mic's muted. Way! Good afternoon. Right, I need to get a load of things sorted. Wait, that's the wrong thing. Oh, you know what that'll have to do. There you go. Right, so I'm just gonna leave that onto that at the minute, just because I need to. Right, there's a lot of things that I need to do. It's been 3 weeks since I last done one of these streams. I need to wait for the live timing to update to the United States Grand Prix, and when it does, I will of course put it up on the screen. So F1's back after 3 bleeding weeks, eh? Never realised how empty the weekends feel without it, but it is finally back. And, you know, I feel bad for the teams and the drivers, really, because they've come back from a 3 week, They've come back from a 3 week break and instantly into a sprint weekend. And, yeah, that just isn't fun, really. So, of course, this is a sprint weekend, so we only have the one practice session, which is, of course, now where it starts in about 9 minutes until that starts. And then, of course, we have sprint qualifying, I believe, at 10 p.m. BST. So I've got to be up really late tonight. Honestly, I've been sort of out of touch with, you know, what drivers have been saying, upgrades and things like that. I know McLaren have a stupidly large upgrade this weekend. I know that's a thing. I also know that they're removing the fastest lap next season. I don't know why. It seems like one of those completely, utterly pointless things, but they are doing it starting from next season. And I think like Red Bull in particular, or maybe all teams, are getting investigated for like some device that allows drivers to increase or decrease a car's ride height or something like that, but it doesn't really mean anything. At least that's from what I've heard. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that, you know, needs to be caught up on. I don't know about other teams' upgrades. I only know that McLaren have like 7 like really like, you know, actual proper upgrades, and I think Andrea Stella came out and said we want to outdevelop everyone by the end of the season. Which is crazy. They are doubling down and they really want to win this championship. And to be honest, I don't think they need to upgrade their car anymore. I think they've already got the ability to win the constructors. I don't think they're going to win the drivers. Max's lead is way too big and Lando has bottled way too many races. So I think that's out of the question. But the constructors, I think they win easily if the cars stay exactly the same, or even if Red Bull get a little bit better. Yeah, so I don't know, putting all your resources down for 2024 is, you know, it's good, because, you know, you can go and win the constructors, but of course, next season, you might be in the mud. Not always, but, you know, there's a decent chance of it. Of course, we saw that Red Bull didn't have that. They developed their 2021 car, and like, pretty much throughout the entire season, and their 2022 car was the best. So, you know, that's not what it always means. But, yeah, it could be an indication. But anyway, so I'm just waiting for the live timing to change so that it's not showing the Singapore Grand Prix and it's actually showing the US practice. My webcam does look a bit shit because it's, you know, on low quality. Of course, when it goes smaller, it will look okay. And the aspect ratios, I've changed them, so it's a bit more like this. And of course, on my short stream, it still says starting because I don't have like a full cam thing. I should probably add a full cam. If I do this. There you go, we'll just do that for now. Okay, cool. And then on my Twitch and Kick streams, that's all looking good as well. So, yeah. I don't think there's anything else to go over. I think that's I think I've discussed everything. Upgrades, removing the fastest lap bonus point, and, you know, the weekend ahead. And And I suppose we just now wait for another 5 or so minutes, and then we begin. And to be honest, this is the first. Actually, let me have a quick look. I want to know, when was the last time I streamed a practice session. I just don't stream practice sessions. I do think they're a bit boring, especially, practice one, because, they're usually doing long runs to sort of, get the setup correct and things. I do feel like in a sprint weekend, though, it's going to be a bit more exciting, because we should see long runs and quali runs, because, of course, you only get the one practice. Usually they do long runs in practice one, quali runs in practice two, because that's similar to qualifying conditions, and then they would do, a mix of both in practice three. But when's the last time I done it? So there was, I did Singapore. Singapore, I just did qualifying and the Grand Prix. Baku, the same. Actually, no, Baku, I only did the race, and I think I was late to the race as well. Which, oh no, I did do qualifying, I don't have a thumbnail on it for some reason, and it ended a bit early, so I'm not sure what happened there. And then it wasn't until Britain, so between Britain and Baku, which was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 races, I didn't do watch-alongs. That is kind of crazy. Did I do practice? I did one practice. I did practice one, and then qualifying, so yeah, I just don't watch practice sessions. I, of course, watch them in my own time, but I don't stream them. But, yeah, we're here. Got 4 minutes until it starts. I need to drink some water because I am heavily dehydrated. Seriously, you might think I just sit here and do nothing, which is entirely factual. I don't. I literally just sit at my desk and do nothing. So you'd think I'd be like, I'd drink a decent amount of water, but I really don't. So let's solve that. It is also, like, stiflingly hot for some reason. It's only 11 degrees outside. Of course, indoors in Britain, it's always going to be hotter than it is outside, but for some reason, it is just stupidly hot today. I don't know why. So, yeah. I really should have started this stream 5 minutes later. That's usually what I do. I usually start my streams. I actually start talking when there's 5 minutes until the session starts. When there's 10 minutes, this always happens. 5 or 6 minutes pass and I run out of things to say. And I'm just sort of sat here just chatting shit. The thing still hasn't updated to the US Grand Prix, which is a bit concerning because we've only got 2 minutes until it starts. So I'm hoping it updates, like, pretty much as soon as it begins. Now, usually what I would do is I would go on Sky Sports or Now TV and I would watch the session on there so I can actually see what's going on. And then I would put a delay on the live timing so that they're synced up. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to watch Sky Sports because, yes, I do miss out on watching the actual thing, like real life F1, but this is going to be 40 seconds more live than if I was to do that. Without watching it and having no delay, this is going to be about 30-40 seconds quicker, so we're just going to leave it like that. Now, I do have my chats up as well, so everything's ready. It's just down to this website, which should be linked in the description of my YouTube streams. Of course, I am live on Twitch and Kick as well. They should be in there. There's a link to this website that I use for, seeing live timing. A lot of people that also use this website, among others, gatekeep it. And, with this website, I don't even know if I'm allowed to show it. I assume so. But, I always have a link to it in the description because I think that's a bit unfair because, like, yeah, you could just, you don't have to listen to me. You can just go and look at it for yourself. But there's no point hiding that. Do you know what I mean? To be fair, you can just search F1 live timing. It's like the 7th result. But, yeah, this hidden gem, what a website it is. I mean, yes, it's on the slow side because the session is about to begin and it still hasn't updated. Unless there's, unless I've got the time wrong, which is very realistic for, me. But yeah, so it's just turned 1/4 past, which means the session should have just started, and the thing still isn't updated. So you'll be stuck with me for at least the first, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. What I am going to do is I am going to load up the Sky Sports stream after all, and just... Oh, never mind. Okay, I probably shouldn't show me trying to sign in. I don't know why I have to sign in. Cool, what a disaster. So it seems like we are going to have a bit of a delay, because this website isn't updated, which is unlucky. So the session, that means I'm going to have to get a new timer as well. You know what I will do, actually? No, I can't do that. Yeah, I'll have to get a new timer, because obviously I don't know if the session started or not. Cringe. The one time I didn't want this to happen. Oh. I just realised it doesn't start until 6:30, so another 15 minutes. Yeah, that's why it's not updated. As I say that, the website updates as well. Okay, you know what? Fine. That's cool with me. I don't know why I decided to start my stream at... Oh, actually, yeah, to be fair, no, that would be right. Yeah, no, it would. Yeah, no, I'm an idiot. Because what's happened here is I scheduled my stream for 6:15. So 5 minutes on the starting soon, 10 minutes for talking. I started my stream. Oh, so okay, you know what? It's all my fault. My bad. My apologies. But what we can do though is this. Bosh! We now have the thing up. Now what I need to do now is make some adjustments. Oh, where have I gone? I've disappeared. Here I am. I can also make myself very large because this track layout is very good. So we'll do that. There we go. Put me there. I can actually move myself there. Okay, then I need to go on my OBS and make myself nice and large, as if you can get enough of me already. And yeah, that should all be good. So 15 more minutes of doing absolutely nothing. America triple header, absolutely, mate. I'm gassed. F1 is back. I needed it very badly. It's here. I'm beyond excited, to be honest. I needed this. Yeah, so 15 more minutes then, apparently, of waffling. I can't believe I've got that timing wrong. That is really, silly of me, but unfortunately, it's not entirely, uncommon. I do it quite often. Music's a bit too loud as well. Actually, to be fair, this gives me a decent amount of time to make some adjustments and, make sure everything's running smoothly. So, I suppose that's a positive. And I think everything's fine, to be honest. I mean, this is good. That's all fine. That should slowly update as we go through. All live chats are good. OBS is good. My mic audio is fine. That's fine. This is all fine. And we're good. We're running on nicely. Brilliant. So, 12 more minutes now of doing nothing. I can't believe I got that timing wrong. What I might as well do is go on Twitter and just see if there's anything to look at. Now, I only really follow the Red Bull fan page thing. I get all the quotes from them two drivers, because that's the only team I really support. So the upgrade list for Red Bull, they have floor edge and engine cover. Cool. Huh. Yuki Tsunoda says he deserves to drive for Red Bull. I fucking hope he crashes and breaks his leg and can't drive. That's a bit too far. I hate that prick a lot. I really do. I think he thinks he's a lot better than he really is. Like, he is midfield at best. He's like a Pierre Gasly or an Alex Albon. He's not the next big thing. I'm sorry to tell him. Oh, actually, I forgot to talk about that. There's, obviously, there's track resurfing. Like, is it no, not resurfing, resurfacing. I don't know what the word is, but it's all updated now. So there should be a lot less bumps and things, so that's always quite cool. Now what? Oh, I've bottled this really bad. Oi, I tell you what. It's been 3 weeks, right? It's been 3 weeks since my last watch along, and before that it was like 4 months. You gotta give me a chance. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna go to the toilet, and that should take about 8-9 minutes. So when I come back, we should be ready to get underway. So, do I even have a be right back screen? I don't think I do. Oh, you know, I'll put it back on starting. So yeah, I'll be back in 8 minutes. So I'll be back at 18:28, and we'll get this show underway. Okay? Cool. See you in a minute.
Evolution. This is the future. Evolution. I don't mind being right, even when we got it wrong. I kinda like making it up as we go. And ever since the second grade when you first caught my eye, I knew you were different in all the ways I like. I won't hide that I'm right, even when we got it wrong. But why you keep playing? We're not the same man. This subtle little lie, the common ground is shaking in your eye. If you could believe me, let's jump in the deep end. We'll jump in the deep end, yeah. I said, hey, we don't need to leave all the differences aside. You and I feel right. I said, maybe we don't need to leave all of our differences aside, 'cause that's what makes it right. I'm nothing like you, and you're nothing like me. We don't agree, and that's what makes it right. I'm nothing like you, and you're nothing like me. Opposite sides, and that's what makes it right. Oh, every time that you think it's gone too far, we come a long way, and I know that it's only just begun. 'Cause if you think that loving someone else could ease your mind, let me just remind you, dear, of all the hills we've climbed, and I don't mind being right, even when we get it wrong. No, and I said, hey, we don't need to leave all the differences aside. You and I feel right. I said, maybe we don't need to leave all of our differences aside, 'cause that's what makes it right. I'm nothing like dreams, but we still wake up and go to sleep. Everyone's seen death in their dreams, but we still wake up from our sleep. I'll be home soon. You don't gotta fight it alone. You don't gotta fight it alone. You don't gotta fight it alone. Don't be so personal.
I just, like... I just am, like, a complete numpty. Like, how do you... I don't understand how I've managed to start my stream 15 minutes early. Like, the crazy thing is... It ain't like I always thought it was 15 minutes earlier to when it started. Like, I scheduled my stream for 6:15, and I still started it at 6. So, that's just insane clumsiness from Fat Crim. But we've now got just 2 minutes until practice and the race weekend gets underway. Everything is ready. Everything is prepared. I just accidentally loaded up my website, which doesn't exist anymore. And yeah. We're ready, I think. We've actually got some team radios coming through from Russell. I think I can play them without you hearing them, and I'll tell you what he says. Okay, so the first one's just a sensor. Another sensor. Okay, so both of them team radios are just a very short sensor, just... and that was it. Should be just under about 40 seconds until we start. In fact, it probably should have started by now. Actually, no. Not for this. I mean, this is live, but it ain't that live. Do you know what I mean? Get up at F1. Howdy all, it's been a while. Yes, it has been a while. You just don't need 3 week... You don't need a 4-week break... and then 3 races, or 4 races, and then a 3-week break. And actually, I think we have just started. Yes, we have. Right, so... drivers are already getting out as soon as the session starts. Everyone coming out on the hard tyres, apart from Bottas. Right now, 5, 4, 3, 2... Right, boom. Boom. And then, boom. Shit. Right, so for people watching on YouTube, the timer is as, you know, up to date as it could be. Twitch and Kick watchers, it's about, don't know, like 8 seconds delayed, which ain't the end of the world. That will do. So, here we go. Now I need to get all my live chats up, because I've got quite a few. Let me actually put them over here, and then what I'll do is I'll split my chats in half. So I'll do this. There we go. And then we'll get this. There's not really anywhere to put my live chats where they're not going to get in the way. Right, hang on, I'm optimizing. Team radio from Lando Norris. We are happy with this tyre. That is the info of the day. Right, do this. Okay, brilliant. And then we do this, we do this. There is, like, way too much. Alright, done it! No Shuri 2.0, Yuki's just a Japanese Albon. How does this man manage to make the most impossible things possible? Who knows? But yeah, that's a good summary. That's basically what Yuki is. He's just Albon, but slightly worse, in my opinion. Although he is getting cooked by Colapinto at the moment. Alright, anyway. Of course, I won't, like, start talking about lap times until, like, halfway through the session. This is people's first ever laps at this resurfaced track, and after 3 weeks. Yuki Meat Riders never failed to disappoint me with their F1 knowledge. To be honest, that's not even Yuki Meat Riders, that's pretty much anyone that watches F1 now, because obviously most people that watch F1 these days came from when I started watching, which was, you know, early 2021. But there definitely are certain fan bases that show a severe lack of wheel knowledge. And I'm not going to mention which ones because, you know, they already know who they are. I wonder if I can... Yeah, I could definitely put move this chat to here. Yeah, okay. It's very difficult to have, like, because I've got to have so many different live chats on my screen. I've got 4 live chats, plus I need to obviously actually see the, like, the racing. Like, it's very tricky, but I think I'm managing okay. I think, yeah. Yeah, I like that, to be honest. That's a decent little layout. Right. Leclerc Team Radio. We can go Engine 4 is the message of the day. That is what has been announced. That is what has been said. Brilliant. No one cares, really, to be honest. Like, let's be real. Max Verstappen goes fastest. 37.6 on the hard tyres. A tenth faster than Russell and Hamilton. Fandom, yeah, fandom. Now McLaren, they have 7 performance upgrades this weekend. That massive bang, I have no idea. Yeah, they have 7 performance updates this race. Red Bull have 2, and I don't know what anyone else has. I saw on my mum's life, if there's another random for Antonelli, Bear, and Duon, or even Colapinto, I'll throw my desk out the window. Yeah. They are annoying. But let me inquire about that massive bang, because that... Wait, was it? I think it was my water bottle falling over. I think that's what that actually was, so nothing to worry about. Someone didn't put a bulldozer through my house. We're good. And actually, oh, yeah, you can see why... You know, the first 5 or 10 minutes of practice doesn't mean anything. Leclerc's just gone nearly a second quicker than anyone else. What's this music, bro? Actually, one thing I could do is I want to look at last year's lap times. And that's if my fingers could work and stop fat thumbing the different... Oh my god, I hate typing on a phone so much. It's actually awful. I want to look at last year's practice times. Let's see. United States 2023 results. Practice 1. So in practice 1, last year, the fastest lap was Verstappen with a 35.9. We are already only 8 tenths away from that. That's pretty fast already. Straight off the bat, that is quick. And I'm just trying to see if I can move my live chats anywhere. But I don't think there is. Oh, so... Did Lando just go second? Or, yeah, so Lando goes second. 35.7. 1,000th off Leclerc. Valtteri Bottas, half a second off on the medium tyres in P3. There it is. That's what you. That's good. I like that. Okay, wow. That is fast. We are already only 2 tenths of a second away from the fastest lap in practice last season. Sainz goes fastest by 6 tenths with a 36.1. And yeah, like I said, practice 1 last year was a 35.9. Yeah, we're definitely beating that, aren't we? My Christ. Sergio Perez up there as well. That's what you like to see. I might be getting something, well, not of his, because he doesn't, like, own it, but, like, a bit of his merchandise soon. I'm going to put it in my background, but we don't know yet. Alex Albon up to P5. That's a pretty good lap time. Russell goes, and there it is! Bosh! Wow. That is incredible. We are only 10 minutes into this session, and we are already faster than last year's practice. Now, I don't know what lap time... Wait, I don't know what tyre Verstappen was on last year, but it was a 35.9, and that was a 10th quicker than anyone else. And then Verstappen! 35.5! What do you mean? We're 10 minutes in, and we are almost half a second quicker than last year. Is that just a result of the track resurfacing? Or is that just like... I don't even know. Leclerc improves as well. He goes to a 36 dead, only 2 tenths away. Zhou Guanyu crossing the line to start a lap. I really hope he doesn't get a new seat. Well, a new contract next year. He is woeful. Like, really bad. I feel like Joe has to go. I think obviously Stroll has to go. Oh yeah, I forgot about Liam Lawson. I just completely forgot that he's even here now. I really hope he does shit. Like, I honestly couldn't give 2 fucks about Daniel Ricciardo. Like, I don't care that he's gone and the way he got left. I couldn't care less. But if Liam Lawson drops an absolute stinker for the rest of the season, can you imagine the absolute, like, fanfare that is going to go on Twitter? And we actually have, I believe, a Pierre Gasly spinneroonie into turn 1. You can see there was a yellow flag and he was stopped, but he probably just spun and he's back underway. But yeah, Twitter would be a historic day or a historic period of time if Lawson is just absolutely stinky. But he's already not doing too bad. I thought last year's RB19 was fast until I found out it was 3 seconds slower on average compared to the W11. Oh yeah. But that's just because from 2022 onwards, them cars were like always going to be a second or two slower than before because they're a lot heavier. They're using slower, like, rather than just normal aerodynamics, they're using ground effects, which is slower. They were always going to be slower, but yeah, it was definitely a lot slower than like the W11 or 12. Actually, what year was the W12? That was 2022, wasn't it? I don't remember. Gasly Team Radio, this might be his little off. Gasly says, just lost it on braking. That was a horrible French accent, but I'd bomb France every day if I could until it was just dust and ashes, so I don't really care about doing a good French accent. I don't like water. I've come to the conclusion. Alright, Esteban Ocon up into P5. That's pretty good. Die-hard fat Crim fan over here. That's what we'd like to see. I really can't see like any of the track with all my live chats in the way. All I can see is turn 1, the final corner, the S-bends, and the back straight. Everything else is just covered by live chats. And I can't even see, like, if someone follows me or subscribes, I can't even see that. So if you have, cheers, but I can't see it. So, yeah, unless it comes up in my chats from, like, a bot, which I doubt it will, because they don't really work. Speaking of what doesn't really work, there's a Discord bot I tried to get in that is supposed to automatically, like, you know, notify people when I go live or I upload a video. And it just doesn't work. So, that's unfortunate. SD Bestie to collide with Behrman, here we go. I feel like that is going to happen. I think people might get the impression that because Ocon has a lot of experience now, like, what, 10 years worth of experience, as you know. When did he start? I think it was 2016 with Manor. So he's got about 8-9 years of racing. Next year it'll be 9. People might think that he might be like what Hulkenberg is to Behrman, which is like, or Bottas is to Joe. Like, sort of pass down the experience to a rookie. I don't think it's going to be like that at all. I genuinely believe it's going to be an Ocon-Perez sort of rebirth. Obviously, Behrman is now in the role of Perez. They're just going to keep crashing into each other, and they're going to hate each other. And I reckon Ocon might be a little bit frustrated throughout the season as well, because he is going to a worse team at the moment. Although, couple years' time, 2-3 seasons' time, I think Haas, they're going to get up there. You know, they've got the investment. Their new team principal is cooking up something foul because he's got fucking Toyota in the mix. They're cooking up something foul. They've got a really good driver lineup. I mean, Hulkenberg Magnussen is pretty good, but Magnussen is just shit. So, yeah. I mean, obviously, Hulkenberg went to Sauber, so you can't really keep him. I think Ocon Behrman is better than Hulkenberg and Magnussen, but I do think that Hulkenberg is better than both Ocon and Behrman. Bottas did not teach Joe... No, I think he tried to. He definitely tried to. But it doesn't matter what you do. Zhou Guanyu will always be shit because he is a shit driver. It's like, yeah, Paul Pogba could teach me how to play football for 2 years. I would still be really shit because I've not played football my entire life. I've not left my house in 5 years. And I'm a fat bastard. It's similar to this. Bottas can spend the next 7 years teaching Joe all these little things. He will still be a shit driver because he is a shit driver. And I do hope, actually, that Bottas keeps that seat at Sauber. I think Hulkenberg Bottas is a very nice, experienced, strong driver lineup. And if there was anyone else I'd like to see in that seat, it would be Théo Pourchaire. I don't really think Bortoletto's like, I don't know, I don't really like him. I think Teo deserves a chance ahead of any other F2 driver. because he obviously won the championship. Actually, before him, Drugovich. What happened to him? Felipe Drugovich. You know, bro won the championship, hasn't even had a remote looking for an F1 seat. Sainz goes quickest overall with a 35.2 on the hard tyres. It makes my eyes bleed to see softs in P20 with no other softs. Oh yeah. I mean, that was obviously just a installation lap, as they called it. There is... I know I said he's a shit driver, but he isn't that shit to the point where on brand new softs, he is, you know, half a second off P19. It's just not. But he will still probably finish in, like, P20. And actually, George Russell is round at turn 1. Now, is it a spinneroonie, and is he going to carry on? We'll wait and see. Yep, he's back underway. So that's 2 spins so far this session. That's Gasly through turn 1, and Russell in a very odd place at the exit of turn 1. And I ain't gonna lie, I have spun there myself on the F1 game quite a few times, because you think you've got the exit, but of course, you're then driving downhill on an exit, and then for some reason the grip's quite low. And then even though you're in like 5th or 6th gear, just whee, round you go, and yeah, Bob's your uncle. But yeah, I mean, the driver lineups I'd like to see is that, I mean, obviously we have Ferrari confirmed, Red Bull confirmed. Everyone likes to think Perez is retiring or leaving or getting kicked out. He's not. He's just not. Mercedes is sorted. I think the only teams that aren't sorted is Sauber. Yeah. I'd honestly like to see Bottas and Hülkenberg, and if I can't have that, Hülkenberg and Teo Pourchaire. If I can't have that, Hülkenberg and Drugovich, and if I can't have that, Hülkenberg and Bortoletto. There you go, that's my predicted driver lineup. P20 using softs in practice equals F3 pole. Pretty much, yeah. Although never forget Mahavir Raghunathan, who was in an F2 car slower than F3 cars. That was special. I genuinely believe that I could be quicker than that. I mean, to be fair, I do think I could drive an F3 car or an F4 car. Obviously not quick, but I reckon I could get around a lap. Because, I mean, obviously, you know, the F1 game and real-life driving couldn't be, like, any more different. But I understand the basics of it. The only thing I can't do is the ABS, like, assisted braking off. Like, that's the only thing I can't do. A German and a Chinese doesn't sound good. Not really, no, you do bring up a good point. I think the people contending for that seat at the moment, I mean, every week there's almost a new driver, but it seems to be Zhou Guanyu, Bortoletto, Pourchaire, Bottas. Just those 4. I think, I do believe that it'll be Bortoletto, because he's probably going to win the F2 championship, straight promotion, bosh. But I would like to see Teo in there, just because I like him. And you know, I have him in my... to be fair, never mind, I don't need Teo Pourchaire in real-life F1. I've got him in my F1 manager team. If that's great, do you know what I mean? That's what you want to see. How long have we got left, actually? Okay, let's just look at this. So, we are, you know, got 40 minutes left still. Plenty of time. We're still on the hard tyres. If 2024 Alpine is a tractor, then the 2025 Alpine will be a snail. Yeah, I mean, I do think they will get a little bit better because they are getting rid of the Renault engines. I don't know who they're gonna, you know, get. I predicted Mercedes. I mean, obviously, it's realistically a choice of 2. It's Ferrari or Mercedes. It's a 50-50. I don't think they can get Red Bull, like, powertrain. I don't think that's even on offer. And, of course, the only other 2 is Mercedes or Ferrari. But I do think they'll get Mercedes engines, but I believe that's not for 2026. So yeah, next year's Alpine is, it's not going to be great, is it? Because that team is basically just self-dissolving. They keep getting rid of, you know, key figures, people keep leaving, people keep getting sacked. Their driver lineup is also quite stinky. You know, Gasly, decent midfield driver. That's about it. Jack Doohan, I think he'll be really good, but he's still a rookie. Get out to bring a Lada engine. Honestly, the Lada, underrated engine. Good power unit. I think that could be solid. And actually, look at that. Zhou Guanyu. We know how great of a driver he is. Soft tyres, P18. Oh, sorry, P16. I can't read. Bang. What a driver. I mean, actually, why don't other teams, like, why don't other, like, companies get involved with engines? Because, I mean, there was Honda. I mean, like, a company that doesn't have an F1 team. Because, obviously, the only engines available will be Ferrari and Mercedes. Two teams that are already here, like, as a works team. So, why doesn't Lamborghini or Audi or Volkswagen or Porsche, why don't none of them get involved? Actually, what engine would Audi run? Would they just use their own? I assume they would. That'd go crazy, actually. I keep forgetting we're getting Audi, of course, replacing Sauber in 2026. From F3 pole to F2 midfield, get in there. Absolutely. What a driver, you know? And I think, no, I thought he improved his lap time again, but now it's just Hamilton peaking up to P16, which is very stinky at the moment. The only drivers out is him, Joe, Alonso, and Lawson. And at the halfway, actually, to be fair, that's brilliant. I just realised, usually, when I do these watch-alongs, I wouldn't have live timing. I'd just have my face, and that's it. And at the halfway mark, I would sort of go through the leaderboard, but I don't need to, because if you're watching on YouTube Shorts, you're in the mud a bit, because it's so small. But if you're on the normal YouTube landscape, or Twitch or Kick, then you can just see it constantly. This is great. I don't have to read it out constantly, like every 15 minutes. I like that. I still don't think there's anything to really look at here. I mean, you look at this and you'd go, wow, Ferrari look fast and McLaren look a bit crap, but, you know, when sprint qualifying comes around later, you just don't know. You just don't. Can I actually... Wait, can I move these? Yeah. Alright, so I think we're getting our first setup changes going on, and then we might just see some soft tyres come out. I bloody hope so. I do think that is just an absolute, you know, crime that we have a 3-week break from F1, and then we come back with a sprint race on a brand new, basically a brand new track. It's completely resurfaced. The reason why Lamborghini and Porsche and those teams don't come into F1 is because they're too successful enough a racing series. That's a great point, and that is definitely a reason. I think another reason is that it's just... might just genuinely not be financially a thing. I mean, is what they're getting paid from a team to have their engine, is it, like, that similar to what they are getting in other racing series? I mean, I don't look at other racing series. Are they, I assume... you know, Lamborghini, Porsche, Audi, they're obviously like kind of the big teams that aren't in F1. I assume they're quite good in, and like of course like BMW. I assume they're quite good in like GT series. I mean, I literally I don't watch GT, I don't watch Le Mans, I don't watch like any of that. Primarily because you really can't. There aren't really any, there's not a single streaming service in the UK that shows that kind of thing. You can maybe get the odd YouTube stream for free, but that's about it. All, like, you know, the GT, the BTCC, all that stuff, you don't get that here, like, to watch. It's kind of cringe. I would watch it if it was available, but it's just not. But yeah, that is a good point, that they are very good in other racing series. That might not be why they fancy it. And also, why would you want to come into F1 to just be an engine supplier? You wouldn't do that. You'd come in to either be a title sponsor of a team or fully take over a team like Audi's gonna do. If Alpine brings a Lada around you, it'd be illegal. Yeah, it would be, actually, for more than one reason. Oh wait, I didn't even notice you messaged where you said illegally bad. It would not only also be illegally bad, but it would be probably actually illegal because Lada's Russian and don't need to go into it. So we've got a few more cars out now. Actually, some have got in and others have come back out. We've got both of the Haas cars. We've got Connor Pinto and Liam Lawson out of the pits. And that's it. Everyone else is just staying in. And we hadn't actually seen that many laps from the drivers. Sort of hovering around the, excuse me, the 9 to 11 lap range. And actually, Max Verstappen, soft tyres, not even halfway through the session. I like that. That's a bold call. I want to quickly check when... Okay, so sprint qualifying is at 10:30. I need to keep that in my brain because I don't want to have a repeat of what happened today, well, earlier, when I started my stream 15 minutes earlier. I need to remember, start my stream at 10:15. Alpine to suicide, there we land. There's no way bro just said, there we land. That might be the cringiest thing I've ever seen because it's just some... person, or kid, no different to me, except I make way better content and way more content. I can do that. Actually, I was going to do that. I was going to copy what that kid was doing, saying like, oh, like making up like a transfer line, similar to Here We Go, There We Land, but for F1. And I forgot what I think it was going to be Lights Out and Here We Go. And I thought it was such a good idea at the time, because that could bang, like that could go viral, if you will. But let's be honest, that is the, cringiest thing you have ever heard in your life. Imagine me coming on camera on TikTok and going, Carlos Sainz to Williams, it's lights out and there we go, or something. Like, that is so unbelievably cringe, and yet I might still do it. It's just, obviously, the only team that haven't got a driver announced is Sauber, so... I feel like at that point, it's kind of pointless. I suppose next season I could do it when some drivers are out of contract. I mean, there aren't that many drivers that don't have a contract. I mean, Ferrari, they both do. Mercedes have 2 drivers. Red Bull will have 1. There's a couple. It's lights and away he goes, my funeral quote. That's good. I like that. I might actually do that when my funeral comes around. Which, knowing me, will probably be in about 3 years' time. Now, let's see this Verstappen time on the soft tyres. I think he is actually going now. I mean, he had 2 yellow mini sectors, but now he's giving it some. Purple mini sector and a green and another green. Of course, the mini sectors don't mean a whole lot. I have seen drivers get... out of 6 mini sectors, 5 are yellow, 1's green, and they improve. It literally means nothing. But Verstappen does go fastest in Sector 1 with a 25.4. Sainz on the hard tyres is improving as well. We also have Perez on the soft tyres, exiting the pits. He's about to start his hot lap. Sainz improved as well with a 25.5, so he's only a half a tenth down on Verstappen through Sector 1. That's good, I think. Unless Max isn't fully unleashing the power of the soft tyres, which, is probably the case. Now, where does Sector 2 end? It's there, isn't it? It's after the back straight. A 37.5 for the strap-on. 2025 Sauber to total organ failure. They have hit the... That's outrageous from you. That is genuinely out-fucking-rageous. That's a world-class quote, that one. Right, anyway, Verstappen around the final corner, across the line. Go on! It should be P1 by a second. That is disgusting. 33.8 for Verstappen. Carlos Sainz is about to cross the line as well. Let's see what he does on the hard tyres. Is he going to improve? He does improve. Goes ahead of his teammate. 8.5 tenths down on Verstappen with a 34.7. Checo Perez on the soft tyres is currently about 6 tenths down on his teammate. That's what you like to see, really, isn't it? That's what you want to see. He's about to cross the line. It's going to be a world-class... Where is he? Oh, he's there. There he is. I lost him. Here comes Checo. It's going to be woeful. Goes P3 with the exact same lap time as Carlos Sainz, so 8.5 tenths down on his teammate. 4 tenths in Sector 1, 3.5 tenths in Sector 2, and about 2 tenths in Sector 3. Sector 1, sorry. Good. That's what I want to see from my favorite driver. You know, that's good. That's like that's impressive. I don't know why he is so bad. Like, I don't get why he's so shit. Franco Colapinto back to F2. There we skippity. Right, shut up. He is going back to F2, though. Well, he might not get a seat at all, but he should get a seat in F1, but he just won't, to be honest. He's just not going to. Apparently the wind is also very, very strong, and we have about 28 minutes left. We are just over halfway through the session now. No one else coming out on the softs yet. We have a lot more drivers out. In fact, only 3 drivers are in the pits, and they're all on the hard tyres still. So, yeah, we currently have, what, 4 seconds between the top 20, or top 20, all 20. If you take away Verstappen, there's only 3 seconds between 20, which isn't awful for a practice session, although everyone is on basically the same tyre, so yeah, that is pretty poor. Leclerc improving through Sector 1, a 25.6, which is actually almost equal to Verstappen's lap time on the soft, so that is a very strong Sector 1. It shows how much pace is left in those soft tyres, though. Like, we're talking, there's probably another good second and a half. Do we have a team radio from Checo? No, I wanted to hear what his complaints are this time. It's probably the balance, but, yeah. I am starving. I need ding-dings really bad. Anyone else improving? Leclerc through Sector 2 is very, very poor. Only a 38.1. Stroll actually on a decent lap here. He's actually way down in Sector 1, but his Sector 2 is... Never mind, I'm lying. His lap time is shit, but, you know, he's improving at least, so that's pretty good. Gasly also was improving. I think he improved his lap time to a 36.9, but stays P17. Crofty is meat riding to Monaco. I have heard that one. I am circumcised. Gonna Gallagher to Atletico Madrid. I am circumcised. Everything is agreed. What a video that is. Team radio from Checo Perez. What's he saying? I'm pretty sure that he just said a word that means when, I believe, a woman is having a child. Let me hear that again. Yeah, no, he definitely said that. Wait, let me just confirm the meaning. No, I've spelt that so wrong. Yeah, so Perez definitely just said a word that is like a more fancy term for a period. He definitely said no. Anyway, let me hear that one more time, just to confirm. He says menstrual. No, he just does. He just does say menstrual. Guys, I crashed. Perez highlights. Shut up! Stop dissing my favorite driver. Anyway, let me like play this out loud, if I can. No, I can't. Never mind. I just can't do that. But no, Perez says menstrual, which is when a woman has a period, and he says that. I don't know what else he's trying to say. He says at the end that in the low speed his car's bouncing a lot more, but at first he goes, the menstrual. That's what he says. Nah. I mean, I know it's like his, you know, his English isn't fantastic, and then you go over a low quality radio, but he definitely says that. And also, look at my octopus. He's great, isn't he? At £3 off Temu. Lovely. And also, I probably will get demonetized for this. But say if someone comes into my chat and they're talking shit, which does happen, I can do this. Ready? Oi. You. Yes! That's what I can do if someone comes in and they're, you know, being a bit rude. I have that on standby. My mum made that as well, it's quality. Jump to your Mane F4. Bro! Oh, it's just, if you were in any, I assume any other person's chat, you'd get banned straight away, but that is just funny. It just is. How are you even, like, thinking of that? Bro said Yamani F4. Is that even a thing? Does Yemen even have F4? Do they even... Oh, excuse me. Do they even have a racing series? I don't even know. Chekham improves to P2. He only goes a tenth quicker on his previous lap. Bad Sector 2. But Sector 1 is a lot better. Actually, 2 tenths quicker than his teammate. Although you do get the feeling that Verstappen can still go about a second faster. So, yeah. Norris improving. Never mind, no he isn't. That was his previous lap. McLaren's are looking a bit stinky at the moment. Of course, like I said, it is practice, so it doesn't mean a whole lot, but... You know, Lando P6, Piastri P12 on the same tyres as pretty much everyone else bar the Red Bulls. It's not great, really. We do have some team radios coming through. First from Oscar Piastri. It's his engineers say purple default X something 2. How are you supposed to memorize that and know what it is? And then we also have... For the S's, consider back right toggle. Again, don't know what that means. But they do call them S-bends, but they look nothing like an S, really. It's just a long curve. So I don't know why they're called that, but they just are. Ocon getting told he can tear off if he feels like it. And then Bottas. Spark 1. Again, means nothing. I'm not even gonna start. Thing is, I feel like to YouTube's policy, I should like ban you permanently for that, but that's class. So I'm just not gonna do that. But that's brilliant. Right, I tell you what. In like a year or two's time, say if I'm kind of big, let's say I get a couple hundred, or maybe like 100 viewers in a stream, and I've got like 20-30k subs. That's gonna come back to bite me in the ass that I didn't, like, punish you for that, but that's quality. Ecuadorian F9. Bro, imagine him going up to his missus and his kids and saying, right, we need to go to Ecuador. How do you feel about that? Pretty much opposite climate to where he lives, well, where he's from now. Denmark, it's quite chilly, and he's going to Ecuador. Remember to drink your water. I still feel like shit, though. Probably because in the last 3 days, all I've eaten is an apple and an banana, and that's it. Like, I'm starved. Nico Hulkenberg, Team Radio. I'm only gonna talk about Team Radio as if it's actually, you know, something relevant. You know, something where the driver says something, not his engineer spouting some random code. Do you know what I mean? Actually, I might just take your last, like, 3 comments and just upload it to Twitter and just say, yo, my chat's diabolical or something. That could bang. Bro's just feeding me free content. I ain't complaining. Sergeant Teguinian F-12, the Mexican cartel is after me. Well, the Mexican cartel are after, like, some mayor. Bro got beheaded and filmed. I saw it on Twitter. It was pretty good. It was a clean cut, and oh, well done to them. Well, not like killing someone, but the beheading. Bro, I'm so, oh no. I'm so getting cancelled in like a year's time, and to be fair, I feel like I am way too carefree to be cancelled, because I still don't even know what that means, but yeah, bro's not helping my case here. But these are funny comments, nonetheless, these just are. Especially, bro, Guinean F-12. And you just know as well that in, like, a year or two, when Albon is getting so severely diffed by signs that he has to leave, he's definitely going to, like, Fiji GT series or something. You just know it. He's gone. He's going to the San Marino F4. He's gone. Unlucky G. Vatican City's come calling. I just realized I got 4 different drinks I can have. I got water, this, yeah. Bro, my body's gonna be so, like, ruined because I'm having so many different chemicals and minerals and things. Anyway, we are 3/4 of the way through. We only have 15 minutes remaining. And you can see what the leaderboard looks like. I don't know if it's going to be changing too much in the next sort of 5 or 10 minutes. And then at the end, we might see some soft runs. I think I did see that message, and I do remember. I don't even remember what it said, but I think you just... Did you misspell Coke? How do you misspell Coke? That's what you're trying to put. It might just not be. I love the idea that if you're watching this on Shorts Live, Kick or Twitch, I'm just, like, you have no idea what's going on. Just come to YouTube. Great times. Great quality banner. Zhou Guan Yu, still on the soft tyres. P19, great driver. Piastri's race engineer refers to Lando as the other car. He's talking about, like, Lando being a gear down through a low-speed corner. And he doesn't go, Lando's a gear down or Norris is a gear down. He says other car is 1 gear down. Like, what? That's just disrespect. I know, like, there's a diddy bit of friction going on. Maybe there isn't, but the media seems to think there is. But, like, come on. Even Red Bull, like GP, Gianpiero Lambiase, whatever his name is, he referred to Daniel Ricciardo as Danny, even though he was at McLaren and he was at Red Bull. And McLaren can't even name their other driver by their first or last names. That's just pure dis... Bro is too focused on being military. Bro's probably one of those that says, like, please, switch to Tango Bravo. Don't know the others. Tango Bravo 673 or something. "14 minutes remaining. And then I need to eat the world. And I shall. And then we'll be back in 2.5 hours time. Actually, it's more than that. It's 3 hours time. Until the sprint qualifying. Oscar Piastri improving in the... This is what I mean. 4 green mini sectors. 2 yellow. But doesn't improve through Sector 1. A 26.4. Which is actually down on pretty much every other driver. Sector 2 is going to be a 38.7. Again, not improving. Although he is on 19 lap old tyre, so that is probably a reason as to why that is happening. And yeah, I'm actually surprised that we haven't seen a single use of the medium tyre. I have a suspicion that the reason we're not seeing the medium tyre is that they're going to use the medium tyre in the sprint race. And of course, in Sprint Quali 1. So I think they will be using the sprint race as almost a practice to see if the medium tyres can do the whole thing. You right, Diablo? That's a fantastic name. I got that immediately. That's brilliant. Right, there's some goofiness going on. We got Joe Tiamane F4, and then some outrageous comments afterwards, and then we've got Diablo Pescabar. Brilliant. Alex Albon on the soft tyres, brand new as well, straight out the pits, already improving to a 25.6, which is actually up on Verstappen's Sector 1. So, potentially a decent lap time. As I say that as well, Verstappen is out, and I believe he's on the same used soft tyres. Albon, nice hair, bro. Thanks, mate. I haven't had it cut in 5 years. This is like, just wake up, do this, and bosh. Through Sector 2, it's actually, wow. Alex Albon doesn't improve despite having, well, 6 green mini sectors and 2 yellow. Doesn't improve, a 42.6 for him. Colapinto is improving as well, a 25.8, so 2 tips down on Albon. We have 11 minutes left, roughly. Verstappen is also out, by the way, on the same soft tyres with 6 laps of age. Same with Checo, he's also on those. Leclerc on brand new softs, Alonso brand new softs, Lawson brand new softs, Stroll brand new softs. We're seeing a lot of brand new softs as well. This is nice. Hamilton having a right stinker at the moment as well. His best lap time, the 37.1 on brand new softs. So, Alex Albon is about to cross the line. Really stinky Sector 2. Where is it? Oh, he's there. And he actually abandoned his lap. Yo, who's your barber? Me. The last time I cut my hair, I just got a shaver and just went like that, and it was shit. I looks like Leon Goretzka. Was it him or was it Kimmich? I don't remember. Who just improved by a lot? It was actually Frank. Wow. Is it natural or a wig? Or I feel like it's taking the piss at this point, bro. It's just hair. It's just some hair. But yeah, Colapinto, P5. You don't see Albon doing that these days, do ya? That's just not what you see. So P5 for Franco. I feel like he is about to drop down to about P17 though, because everyone else is now starting their laps on the softs. And here we go. It's happening. We are beginning. Verstappen actually not improving, although his tyres are 7 laps old. Why does this excite you? Do you drive? Well, I drive on the game, and it's brand new. We're doing quaddy sims. How can you not be excited about quaddy sims? My hair is too curly. How do you get it that straight? I think it's because my hair is just naturally not curly. I've been alive for 18.5 years. I've never had curly hair. It's just not. Some people just don't have that. But I know nothing about hair. All I know is it's made out of keratin, and that's it. But yeah, Lawson, Sector 1 at 25.7. not bad, but Hamilton's actually beating that with a 25.5 and also a 37.6 through the middle sector, so he's going to have a decent lap time. Leclerc, no, that's not that, no, the other Ferrari, Chile, a 25.3. I went straight hair, please tell me the method. I don't know! I know nothing about hair! Genuinely not a single thing. So Hamilton moves up to P2, even though his lap is about half an hour later than Verstappen's, it is still 4.5 tenths off. Jeez Louise, that is not what you want to see. Liam, what app are you using to get this overview? It should be in the description of my stream, but if it's not, it's a website called f1-dash.com. Bro, your hair is actually bothering me. Shut the fuck up. Stop complimenting me. It's the first one I've had all year. Sainz is on an absolute flyer. Liam Lawson temporarily had the fastest sector 2. And actually goes up to P3. Only a tenth off Hamilton. Well, let's just say Ricciardo wasn't doing that, shall we? Sainz then goes fastest. Oh, by 2.5 tenths. Almost had 3 fastest sectors. Who does have the fastest sector 1? Is it... Ooh, no one knows. Alonso then goes up to P3, ahead of Hamilton by 2 tenths. Hamilton dropping a world-class stinker. Ocon goes up to P7. Perez isn't even doing a run. Neither is Verstappen. They're just chilling. What kind of question is that? Am I from India? No, I'm not from India. I do like an Indian takeaway, but no. I don't even have any Indian DNA in me. I am about... Actually, I should get, like, an official test done, but I'm, like, at least 60% English, a little bit Irish, a little bit Scottish, and a little bit Australian, and that's it. Who just finished a lap time? Was it... I think Albon just moved up to P7. Hulkenberg crossing the line to begin a lap. Checo is also beginning a lap, but it's not going to be an improvement because he's 9 laps, you know, his tyres are 9 laps old. Maybe your hair gives it away. What? So you're saying you look at my hair and go, it looks Indian? Sure. You know what? You do that. Actually, you have a yellow flag somewhere. Alex Albon? No, Leclerc. I think? Maybe? I think Leclerc just went off. And that is a corner where you would spin, but on lap 2 old tyres... Yeah, that's not ideal, really. That's not what you want to see at all. You are a real streamer who cares about his viewers and always responds. Thank bro, there's no way bro just said blood clot. Oh, I've not heard that word for a while. Especially, I mean, round here you hear it quite often because it's just full of roadmen, as they like to call themselves. I mean, yeah, I always look at my chat and respond to things, but let's be honest, the absolute massive streamers that have thousands of people watching, or even hundreds, there's probably way too many people typing to respond to. I mean, if I was... Right now, I'm just watching a screen, like you are, so it's quite easy to keep up with chat. If I'm driving on the F1 game like I would normally be doing on stream, it's almost impossible to always... Like, I always miss at least a couple of chat messages, especially if the chat's really active, which has only happened, like, twice. But yeah, I always look at chat. I find more enjoyment reading and talking to a chat than watching this or playing a game. Are you a racer? I don't know. What defines a racer? I mean, I drive on the F1 game. I'm probably top 3 fastest in the world, but I don't do league racing or anything. I just do career mode. And that's it. Because I don't really care about being fast. I just want to be funny and make videos. Now, do we have any other lap times? I think obviously that yellow flag's kind of ruined everything, whereas still 5 minutes left, so everyone can go around and do another lap, but it seems like we're not getting that. I wonder if Lando's going to come out at any point. He's on 20 lap old hards in the pits. I think he should come out at some point. Sonoda is actually on a lap, and he is going to finish it, as is Colapinto and Russell, so we still have a few laps left, and Bottas as well. We've got 4 runs left. Tsunoda crosses the line, goes into P4, and he is going to be about a tenth up on his teammate, Liam Lawson. Then we have Colapinto, who actually abandons his lap and comes into the pits. George Russell crosses the line, goes P7, really bad sector 3 behind his teammate in P7. Bottas crossing the line, Verstappen also but to start a lap, or is he... He's doing a long run on softs, which is quite interesting. I think you might be better than Jarno. He is really arrogant. Yeah, he's awful, mate. He's a horrible driver. I could beat him any day, realistically. Now, who just finished? Oh yeah, Bottas. So he had a really bad sector 3, and I don't think he didn't even improve his lap time. What an L. Now we have the Haas drivers as well. Wow. Magnussen, 4 tenths of a second up on Hulkenberg through sector 1. That's not ideal, really, is it? Lance Stroll moves up to P10 with 34.6. And there it is. I was waiting for that. On Kick, which is I'm streaming on Kick as well at the moment, and Twitch. You get a lot of bot messages that say like, "Hey, you know, buy art from me or buy followers from me," and it's just it hasn't stopped. I've been streaming on Kick for like a year now, and I still get them. Allison Burgers to Alpine. My balls were near dynamite and disintegrated. Sure. You know what? Cool. Good for you. I don't even know how you have the creative mind to think about that. This chat and circuit makes no sense. Can you explain... Oh, this chart. Well, so there's obviously the circuit. You can see the drivers going round. You've got all the drivers leaderboard, and then there's whether they've got DRS on or not. There's the tyres they're on and how many laps old they are. Then you've got the gaps between the drivers. So there's 21 milliseconds between Leclerc and Sainz. There is 2.5 tenths between Verstappen and Leclerc. Then you've got their last lap time, like the previous lap time. And then you've got each sector time with the mini sectors. That's pretty much it. Actually, what are you watching on? I can't tell what chat that is. Is that the YouTube Shorts chat or the normal chat? Which one are you lot on? I can't tell. Because if it's the YouTube Shorts one, it's a completely different story. That's just fucked, really. I had to like scramble it together. Normal, okay, so yeah, what I just explained is like, yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, it can be a little bit confusing, but you know, the data is there's a lot there, really. You've got everything. Positions, tyres, lap times, sector times, gaps. This is great, really. On my 50-inch TV, that's impressive, really. 50 inches is, that's big. That's very long. I think both my monitors are like, well, the one I'm watching this on, I'm streaming on, is about 27. And then this one here, I think it's like 30-something, but it's like a widescreen. Fat Crim to devouring the Milky Way, they have launched multiple missiles towards the south of... Jesus Christ. You know what? Whatever. And I think that's the checkered flag as well. There it... Yeah, the first car to take it was Nico Hülkenberg. And I think those will be your final lap times. Actually, Bottas is on a lap, so we'll, you know, that'll be the final one. And apart from that, that is the final order. That is how it finishes in P1. FP1. And of course, this is the only practice session of the whole weekend because it's a sprint weekend. Yay. Well, I suppose it's a lot more action, really, and a bit more excitement. And there you have it. So, Ferraris 1 and 2. Well done to them. Verstappen in third. McLaren's a little bit underwhelming, to be honest, since they have 7 performance upgrades. Yeah. Bit just, yeah, great. Mercedes up there a little bit. The Haas's are up there. And I've realised there's way too many blue cars on this grid. There's, what, 4 teams of blue? Way too much. Zhou Guanyu, on soft tyres managed to be 2 seconds slower than Colapinto. You're right, Eric. Right. Why do I get the feeling that, like, my hair actually looks completely dog shit and it's just the first thing people notice? I don't know. I don't know why everyone's talking about my hair. Maybe they just saw in chat that's what like the last message was, and it's, oh, this is funny. But like, I don't know. It's weird to say the least. It's not normal, shall we say. Usually people either just say I'm fat or hello, and that's it. But I mean, I'm not complaining. This is great. You know, it's chat messages. That's good. It is silky smooth. That's because I use Tesco's anti-dandruff. Quality stuff. So yeah, that's practice 1 done. Any team radios where the drivers are actually saying something? Russell says the ride was really poor. Nope, no radios from the actual drivers. Right, so that's practice 1 done. I think I've said that about 6 times now, but practice 1 is done, by the way. I forgot to tell you, practice 1 just finished. You aren't fat. I really am. Because I'm sitting down. But, you know, I've not eaten fuck all in 3 days, so, you know, that might be, you know, losing something. I'm 116 kilos. That's big. I'm a big boy. We got GTA 6 before GTA 7. That is pretty wild. I don't know, man. I saw the chat and then I saw his hair and it is actually good. Well, that's the only thing going for me, I guess. I told my barber to make it smooth. He told me I can't unless I straighten it and get a perm. Don't get a perm. My granddad got a perm in 1982 and he still hasn't recovered from it. Don't do that. So, that's going to be all from me here today. Well, not today, but now. Because I need to eat food. Because I might be fat, but I also starve. And I don't want to starve, realistically speaking. What's a perm? Just Google perm. Yeah. It's not the greatest hairstyle of all time. Did you get a perm? You have godly genetics. I really don't have godly genetics. My hair might... I'm the only person in my family, apart from my mother, that has hair left. To be honest. And no, I haven't done anything to my hair. I just wash it every couple days. Bro, get those new... Why is it... Oh, you know what? Fuck you all. I'll be back at 10:15 BST. Sprint qualifying. You know it's going to be a belter. You also know Perez is going out in Q1 because that's what he's most famous for. So, yeah. See you lot then. You're all cringe and stop talking about my hair. Bye.